What's up, everybody? Future David here. The video you're about to watch is me going over the Game of the Year nominees. I'm going to let you know my thoughts on them, and I'm going to vote for which ones I think are going to win. The reason there's a video in front of this is because the first 30 seconds of me going through my intro, my microphone wasn't connected to my recording software, so there was no microphone recording anything until I realized it. So, apologies for that. And I just wanted to let you know what's going on. So, enjoy. Now, my thoughts on the categories. At least the ones that I care about. So, we got the website up here. And I think we're good to go. Let's go vote. So I think we're going to start from the back. We're going to start from the bottom and work our way to Game of the Year. And we're just going to skip to most anticipated game because I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I don't give a shit about esports. I know nothing about esports or anything associated with them. So my opinion would mean nothing. So we're just going to skip to most anticipated game and let's start there. Now, I've only seen in spick and spans what the nominees are. I've seen them for a few, but I've tried to stay away from them, but most of them I don't really know. So, our first, recognizing an announced game that has demonstrably illustrated potential, push the game forward, Elden Ring, Ragnarok, Forbidden West, sequel to Breath of the Wild, and Starfield. Now, if I'm being honest, I'm pretty excited for all of them. Hell, even Elden Ring, which I don't play many Dark Souls-esque games, like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, those games. But I always find the potential in them. I always understand why people get so excited about them. But all in all, I'm sorry, it goes to Ragnarok. Ragnarok is just, it's my favorite game. God of War is in my top 5. That's actually a teaser for a video coming in the next couple weeks, so stay tuned. But yes, God of War is one of my favorite games of all time, and I am just so ready for Ragnarok. Along with all the other ones, but Ragnarok in particular. Best Debut Indie. Valheim, Kena, Sable, Forgotten City, and Artful Escape. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't played any of these. I do know of the first 3. I've heard of Forgotten City, Kena, and Artful Escape. I've actually never heard of Sable or Valheim. So, it'll be interesting. I'll look into them. But I'm going to vote for something. It's probably Kena. Just because that game I've just seen the most of. Forgotten City and Artful Escape I've seen bits and pieces, but nothing really substantial. And Kena, from everything I've seen, to the visuals, to the gameplay, to the story, it just all seems very well put together. I'm not saying these two aren't very well put together, but you know what I mean. So I am going Kena, Bridge of Spirits. Right. Content Creator of the Year. Only one I know here is Dream. Don't even really watch Dream, but I'm going to vote for him because he's the only one I know. I don't know Fusely, Goals, Abai, or GrefG. They're probably great streamers, great content creators, but just don't watch their stuff. Best Multiplayer. Back 4 Blood, Knockout City, It Takes Two, Monster Hunter Rise, New World, and Valheim. It's probably, for me, between It Takes Two and Back 4 Blood. Because those two, Back 4 Blood just brings a genre of game that was, I mean, it's been around, but not in the style that it was in. Like 2000, the late 2000s, early 2000s with Left 4 Dead. So I think bringing that type of aesthetic back, and then It Takes Two. Hazelight Studios has done an incredible job with that and A Way Out. Those type of games, I want more of them because they're just so unique. They're so unique. A game normally has a co-op option, but there aren't many games, if really any, aside from the 2 that Hazelight has made, to where it's required to be co-op. and I think that's unique in and of itself. So for those reasons, I'm going with It Takes Two. Now, I think Back 4 Blood could win it as well, but I think It Takes Two is going to win, in my opinion. Best sports or racing game. Hot Wheels Unleashed got nominated, really? Forza, FIFA. I'm going Forza. Still haven't played Forza Horizon. It's been on my bucket list. I'm going to be playing it, or at least trying it out soon via Game Pass, but I've heard nothing but amazing things about Horizon 5. Riders Republic, for what it's trying to pull off, I've heard it pulls it off very, very well. And the fact that a Hot Wheels game is nominated for a Game of the Year is a bit a bit funny, to be honest. The game could be good. I haven't tried it yet. Best simulated strategy game. Again, the only one I really have played, at least a little bit of, is Flight Sim. Just because of the world that they have, like the satellites they were able to use. My God, man. It's essentially flying in real life in a video game. Now, I've seen bits and pieces of the other ones, but Flight Sim is really the only one that I know much about. Best family game. WarioWare, 3D World, Bowser's Fury, Pokemon Snap, Mario Party, and It Takes Two. Appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. I'm gonna be honest, I think Mario Party's gonna win it. What do I think? What do I want to win? I think either Pokemon Snap or Mario Party will win. Mario Party is like just Mario Party fun. And Pokemon Snap, there hasn't been a new Pokemon Snap game since 1999? Right around there? End of the 90s. So, I'm going to vote for Mario Party, but I also think Pokemon Snap could win it as well. Best fighting game. Ooh, here we go. Wow, really? This game already got some nominations? Okay. Demon Slayer, Guilty Gear Strive, Melty Blood. Isn't this the... Don't know much about it. I think it's like, there's a fighting game that I can see in my head. I'll put it on the screen now, and I'll let you guys know which one I'm thinking of. But it takes inspiration from that game on its sleeve. It looks like it, the gameplay. I don't know much about this game, but from what I remember seeing from it, it sort of looks like it. I think All Stars Brawl and then Virtual Fighter 5. Now, I'm going to be honest, if this had a bit more touch to it, I'd go with All-Star Brawl. But personally, I'm going to go with Guilty Gear Strive. Just because All-Star Brawl, for all the things that they do good, there are just a few things they could have touched upon to make it that much better. Obviously, this has nothing to do with the gameplay aesthetic, but the voice acting. Like, right after today, the company from not HBO, Warner Brothers just announced a fighting game with their crossovers, and they have all their big guys voice acting. Like, come on, you're telling me you can't get Tom Kenny in the booth to voice a few lines, but they can get Kevin Conroy to voice lines for Batman, and the other characters get their voice actors or actresses. Not saying it can't happen in the future, but that's part of the reason why my vote goes to Guilty Gear. If Nickelodeon had some voice acting, then maybe my vote will be different. Best RPG. Really? Cyberpunk got a nomination for a Game of the Year award. What the fuck? After all the bullshit that game has gone through over the past year or two, you're telling me that game is able to be nominated? I'm not voting for it. I'm sorry. I don't know who would. The only game I've played on this list is Cyberpunk, and I'm not voting for Cyberpunk. Now, if it was what it was originally supposed to be, then maybe I would. But no, I'm good. I don't know. Monster Hunter Rise? Not even that big of a Monster Hunter fan, but from what I've seen of the game, it looks great. I think it builds upon Monster Hunter World. Scarlet, I can see any of these games, even Tales of Arise winning. I'm telling you right now, with Cyberpunk, I'm not saying I'm going to do anything because I'm not going to eat my words, but I will be beyond surprised if Cyberpunk somehow wins this category. I'm sorry, it doesn't deserve to be here. But for whatever reason it is. Best Action Adventure. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Metroid Dread, Resi Village, Ratchet & Clank, and Psychonauts. Now, I'm going to be honest, this is a fucking tough category. The only game I haven't played on this list, at least a little bit, is Metroid Dread. But I can see any of these games winning. But personally, for me, hell, I can't even narrow it down to 2. It's narrowed down to 3. I've only played Psychonauts 2 for like an hour and a half, but from that time, it was probably some of the most smoothest gameplay I've played in a while. And I played Ratchet & Clank and Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Those are the 3 games. You know what? I'm going to go with... If I had finished Guardians, I'm still working on the game, but if I finished it, I'd probably vote Guardians. But I'm going to vote Ratchet & Clank. That was the first game that I played in full. That was a 60 FPS. That was the most smooth experience I've ever had playing a video game. So my vote goes to Ratchet & Clank. You may be seeing this game a little later on in a specific category. Best Action Game. Deathloop, Owen, still haven't played. Far Cry 6, Returnal, Chivalry 2, and Back 4 Blood. Not too sure. I think I'm going to have to... Personally, it's between Far Cry 6 and Returnal. Haven't played many hours on either one. But I think I'm going to vote on Returnal. Part of the reason is what I said about It Takes Two. It's unique. It's a unique style of game. There are roguelikes. There are a crap ton of roguelikes out there. But not many AAA type games can be made, or have been made with that style of gameplay. And Returnal, I think, takes it in stride. And Housemarque does an amazing job. They finally added one thing that people really wanted for a while. It was a save type feature, which they finally added it, and I think it really helped the game. Returnal I've been meaning to go back to, but I'll get back to it later on, among a lot of other games that I've been told I need to play or get back to. Best VR AR game. I haven't played much VR this year, but from what I've seen, my vote goes to Resi 4. Just it looks incredible. Not saying the graphics, but just how the game plays in VR. Takes a original PS2 GameCube game and simultaneously puts it really well into VR. And I'm happy it works. Because part of me thought it would work, and part of me was a little worried it wouldn't work. But it does. And I'm very happy. The other games I have not played. I own Hitman 3, just haven't played in VR. Innovation and accessibility. Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games to be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. I'm going to say Forza, because I'm not really too sure. The only game... What is The Veil? Huh. Never heard of that game. But the only 2 games I can really vote on are Ratchet & Clank and Forza 5. Ratchet & Clank, I know with Insomniac they put in a lot of accessibility options. for their players, which is really kind for them. But Forza, from what I've seen, they actually have, I think, the first ever, or one of the first sign language options, which I think is very clever, and I think will help a lot of people along with the subtitles. So for that, I'm going with Forza. Just, I don't really know of any game that has added a subtitle, or not subtitle, a sign language option, which I think that's pretty clever. You'd think it'd be implemented sooner, but here we are. Best community support. Saying community support, transparency and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates patches. I mean, I think there's really only one option here. I think Fortnite's the only answer here. Like, don't get me wrong, Apex, it's either between Apex and Fortnite. I don't see much gameplay patches and updates from Destiny 2. I don't really pay much attention to Final Fantasy 14 Online or No Man's Sky, but I haven't really heard many updates with those, so personally my vote goes to Fortnite. Now, I'm not saying the community is great. Don't get me wrong, I don't think the community is that good. I think they can get pretty antsy and upset with some things. But for the most part, I think with the updates and the patches and the whatnot and the collaborations that they do, I think it's one of the best supported games out there. The fact that, personally, I thought this game was going to die like 2 years ago. Game came out like 2017. I thought by 2019, Fortnite would be done and over with. But no, it's thriving even more. They added their first ever anime character in Naruto with all the others, Kakashi, Sakura, and Sasuke. And who knows, they could be adding more. But we'll see. I think Fortnite's thriving, and I think it's here to stay for the near future. Best mobile game, I'm going to skip that. I don't play mobile games. Best indie game. Personally, I'm going with 12 minutes. Now, Kenna is up there on my vote as well. But 12 minutes is one, again, I keep saying this, but it's another unique concept. The fact that the whole game takes place in 12 minutes, where everything is a loop, and within 12 minutes you gotta figure out what the hell's going on. So, I think a lot more unique aesthetics for games should be used in AAA sphere. I don't think it's gonna happen, but you know, they need to change things up a little bit. But we'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe companies will take the advice of indie games and actually be unique with games. But the way it's looking, I don't know. Not too sure anymore. Best ongoing game. Actually, now I saw Warzone. No, I already voted for Fortnite. Let's go with Warzone. The fact that I'm seeing rumors of them adding that they've added with the Halloween updates with all of them. They may be adding Captain America. I've heard a rumor on that. I don't know if that's true or not, but if that's true, that's actually pretty clever. They added a bunch of people. John McClane, name I was trying to think of. I didn't want to say anything, because if I said something and it was wrong or incorrect, I don't want people getting mad at me. So yeah, adding a bunch of people, John McClane, Captain America possibly. Between Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, and Smash Brothers, I don't know who has a bigger collaboration of guest characters. I don't know. But I don't really know if people of other games have come close to those three. Games for Impact. I don't know much of any of these games. Hell, the only game I really know of is Chicory and Life is Strange, and even those I don't really know. So I'm going to say Life is Strange, but if you're asking for a reason, I really don't have one. Just the one I know the most about. Sorry, it's just the one I know the most about. And that's not even that much. Best performance. Erica Marie as Alex Chen. Giancarlo Esposito. Jason Kelly as Colt Vaughn. Maggie Robertson as Lady Dimitrescu. Or Ozima Agaha as Juliana Blake. Now, to be honest, I really haven't heard much from Erica, Jason, or Ozoma. So my vote is between Maggie and Giancarlo. I don't know. It's literally between those two. I think I'm gonna have to vote for Giancarlo just because he really brings that flair to Far Cry. And the fact that I don't think I've really seen for a Far Cry game or just anything they've really had the actor who portrays him actually do personalized videos for people, which I think is pretty clever. So I think we're gonna go with Giancarlo. But it's neck and neck. I could see either one winning, Maggie or Giancarlo, but my vote's going for Big G. Best audio design. Okay, this one easy. This is going to Resi Village. Now, personally, I hate horror games. Excuse me, it's a love-hate relationship with horror games for me. I love them, but I also hate them at the same time because I'm a wuss. But Resident Evil Village has such amazing audio design. Like, probably all the other games have amazing audio design as well, but at the same time, Resident Village just... It makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. That's how good it is. You're just walking along and you hear something in the distance, like, the fuck was that? Hello? Really makes you think. We're on the... Oh, come on, again? Okay, for music, no. No. The fucking soundtrack. I'm sorry. Guardians of the Galaxy has one of the best soundtracks I've heard in a game. You can't put some of the best songs of the 80s into one soundtrack and think something else is gonna beat it. I'm not saying Nier, Deathloop, Cyberpunk, or Artful Escape don't have good soundtracks, but have you heard Guardians of the Galaxy's soundtrack? It's some of the best songs of the 80s. Hell, some of the best songs of all time are on this soundtrack. I was unsure of this game. I bought it specifically for the soundtrack. That's how much this game impacted me to buy it. And I played it for a good couple hours. It's fucking good, man. This game is good. That's how I feel. Best art direction. Artful Escape, Deathloop, Kenna. Oh, Kenna, easily. Psychonauts 2 brings a nice, updated, fresh coat of paint to the original, and I think it looks better for it. Ratchet & Clank with the PS5 looks incredible. Deathloop, haven't seen much from it, but from what I've seen, it looks good. And Artful Escape, I haven't seen much. But Kenna, I'm sorry, it looks like a freaking Pixar movie. Looks like a Pixar movie in video game form. That's how good it looks. That's how good it looks. I still haven't played the game, but I would love to see that type of art style in another movie. Best narrative. Huh. Again, I can't personally speak for Deathloop, Life is Strange, or Psychonauts 2. But I'm going to vote for Guardians of the Galaxy for one reason. It legit feels like Guardians Volume 3. Or a sub-story to it. Like Guardians 2.5. What I realized looking into this game is that most of the actors and actresses this is like their first or second main role. And the fact that they can pull this off so fluently to make it be like, instead, I was worried that I would be like, yeah, they're okay, but I don't know if I can really listen to them over the Chris Pratt's and Zoe Saldana's and Batista's of the movie. They're right on the same plane as them. They're right on the same plane. And that's what I love about it, is the fact that I can easily distinguish between them and the movie, and it's not like, oh, these guys are bad. And then to top it off, they have, for costumes, the fucking Guardians 2014 costumes. So you got the costume from the movie and the voice from the game, and it blends together beautifully. Not saying the costumes have anything to do with the narrative, but that's my personal opinion. Going to the final two categories. Got Game of the Year and Best Game Direction. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. I'm gonna vote It Takes Two. Best game direction, like I said before, with the whole co-op thing, the whole co-op exclusive part, I think that's unique. I think that's awesome. And I think it really needs to be a part of video games more. I think it does. Not saying a lot of people have somebody they can always play co-op with, but at the same time, I think there should be more games that are like that. Hey, these games have an option for co-op, but this game is unique to co-op, and it's a very, very unique experience, and I think you should give it a go. If you guys haven't played It Takes Two or A Way Out, it's just finding a buddy, buying the game. Both of these games, you don't need to buy 2 copies. You buy 1 copy, and there's a friend pass, so your buddy can play for free. That's also what's amazing about these games. So, just a little bit of knowledge for you. And then we got the main cookie, the Game of the Year award. We got Deathloop, got It Takes Two, we got Metroid Dread, we got Psychonauts 2, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village. Now, I'll be honest here, every game here I can see winning Game of the Year. Not even, I mean, Deathloop maybe. But yeah, I could easily see all of these games winning Game of the Year. But me personally, I think Ratchet & Clank wins. I think it's unique aesthetic between 2 different characters that are coincided together. The fact that it's a great introductory game that's not like a tech demo. Hell, even Astro's Playroom was a tech demo, but that was in and of itself its own game. But Ratchet & Clank encapsulates everything that's great about the series, puts a fresh coat of paint on it, and it's unique in its own right. Like I said before, every game here I can see has a shot of winning Game of the Year. I really, really do. Personally, for me, I think Ratchet & Clank has the best chance. From everything it brings. The audio, the gameplay, the narrative, the just everything. And the fact that it runs a smooth 60 frames, that it's a breaking game for the PS5, no loading or barely any loading screens, it has it all. And that's why I think Ratchet & Clank deserves this main spot of Game of the Year. So those were my votes for the Game of the Year awards for 2021. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments section down below. If you have any thoughts on my choices, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, if you want to let me know what your Game of the Year is, any of that, let me know down there. And I think that's it. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, whatever time it is. And I'll see you later.